Good evening. I'll call this meeting of the Parks and Rec Commission to order. We have a quorum. So first order of business is the approval of the April 6th minutes. Do I hear a motion?
I will motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Any objection to unanimous approval? If not, the minutes stand approved as read. Okay, next item. There are 2 terms expiring, myself and Shannon Green. So applications are due by May 25th. For anybody out there, you can go online and apply to be a part of the commission.
You're not going to do this anymore?
And
Yeah, are we gonna
I-
wait? Are you
okay.
gonna rerun?
Are you
Put you on the
Are you
spot.
stepping down from the
do I
leadership?
have to
No.
make my announcement?
Yes.
Well, you kind of made it sound like there were going to be 2 vacancies.
Well, there's 2. I have to acknowledge that there are 2.
Vacancies.
There
But
you
are
go.
you going to reapply?
I do plan to reapply.
Okay.
Just,
Wow.
just curious.
All in
Put you on the
favor?
spot tonight.
Aye.
Take my age into
You do a
consideration.
good job.
Okay, we're good. We're a good group. This is a great group. That's why I'd reapply. So, okay. So we're going to move right along. Guy is on vacation, so Tim is going to have our parks report tonight. So,
Yeah. All right. Guess we did quite a bit of building maintenance tasks throughout the month. We helped the outdoor pool. They had a repair in one of their walls that needed to be done. So we did that. We also installed some new dugout benches at the Babe Ruth field. That field is pretty much done and ready to be played on here. Sometime here in May, I think, is when they're kind of going to start using it pretty heavily. Just picking up trash and trail, pet waste stations as needed throughout the month. Maintained all of our equipment as needed again throughout the month, just mowing, trimming, landscaping, forestry equipment stuff. Ball season is here. It's started. The kids are out practicing out there every night. So our fields, baseball fields, softball fields are pretty busy with NLCBS and weekend stuff. They have tournaments pretty much every weekend, clear through July, and it's been big tournaments. There's been a lot of people up there, so
They park all the way over into Arlington.
yeah,
Road.
they
It's
do.
crazy.
Yep, and we've had to rope some areas off in the park because they're wanting to go off into grass areas and kind of mat everything down and stuff. So we've kind of roped some areas off to kind of keep them in parking lots and off on side streets and
we're
things like
still
that.
online for the parking lot to be
Yep.
this summer. And
Yep.
So how are we going to control parking?
Yeah, that is not scheduled to start until July 5th. So it'd be right at the end of baseball season before they're actually going to start that.
And remind me on that. I know that there's islands going in, so there's going to be less spots, but it's going to be expanded. Is
Yep.
that there's actually total
Yeah.
number of spots are less, but it's more space effectively,
Yes,
right?
more space. Yep.
Okay.
It'll be expanded to I guess it would be to the west
Yeah.
where that shelter is now. We have to move that shelter to the east side of the existing now. So
Got it.
So I noticed the other day there was, is this the right time to ask a question?
sure.
During that time, during that, where the shelter at Penn Meadows is, there was a whole bunch of volleyball nets there. So was that just a private party that put those up, or is that something that's ongoing?
Yeah, that must have been a private.
I saw that
party.
last week too.
Did you see it? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I wondered about that.
Okay.
Right next to the parking lot. Should be
Yeah.
just
And
west
there
of the
was,
parking
it was
lot.
more than one. It was like
Like three or 4, yeah.
Anyway, okay. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
didn't mean to-
Tilled the community gardens. Those are ready. People are already planting stuff up there. May 1st was their official start time, but all the garden plots got rented. So they're pretty popular. Trimmed and pruned trees. We applied all of our turf grass fertilizer and landscaping pre-emergent. And then we also did our EAB treatment to all of our city-owned ash trees that we have remaining. We did have to cut some down last fall that didn't make it. Mowing and trimming obviously is begun for the season. We did final grading on the Dubuque Street project. We had to haul in about another 100 tons of topsoil to finish that off, and then they came back in and reseeded it with hydroseeding. We coordinated with Mike Wolf for he's the stormwater coordinator, and the fire department. We you'll see in some of the photos, we did a prairie burn at Centennial on the bioswales on April 7th. That's kind of the best way where we want to do more of it. That's the first time we've done it. That went really well. It's a good way to control invasive plants, and then it's just good in general for prairie plants, the health of them. We had Mid-America Forestry crew and Parks employees. They planted 3 new trees at Fox Valley Pond on April 28th.
Oh, that's cool.
Mid-America actually donated the trees that we just helped plant. We had Muddy Creek cleanup April 8th. We wanted to say thanks to the Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, Green Castle 4-H Club. That was kind of a new group of them that were helped this year. Tree and Stormwater, board members, city council, residents, and then of course our other city staff that helped. We had 3 truckloads of trash out of the creek. Continue to meet with Shive with the new city hall building project. Also the rec center final punch list, and then the Dubuque Street final punch list items. And then, of course, the Penn Meadows North parking lot improvements. Had a tree and stormwater board meeting, which Guy is a part of. They discussed tree grants and the Tree City USA status. We have gotten that now 28 years in a row now. Also assisted Cedar Springs and Quail Creek Ambassadors Program. They picked up trash kind of in their residential areas, and then we went and collected all their garbage and stuff and hauled it off for them. We did some training through Target Solutions, which is kind of a monthly thing. And we also attended a excavator training, confined space, and a flagger safety training. Then, of course, we participated in the citywide cleanup down at the Public Works with Johnson County Refuse and streets and parks and other city employees. Free derecho mulch. We donated to Squire Point.
Where
They
is
had
Square
a-
Point?
I don't really know for sure.
Off of
It's
Dubuque
off of
Off
Street.
Dubuque, like past,
Go past
Okay.
the school.
past Liberty,
And
Oh,
it's-
around
yeah.
the corner.
Road turns to go north.
There's no sign there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And if
that's
you didn't,
why.
and it's right on the turn.
Okay.
Great hike,
it's
great
the
hike.
I know
first-
the area. I'm just like
It's
not
the first
close enough.
left after Locust Ridge, or
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So that's where that's
A lot
cool.
of nice
Yep.
trails there.
Yeah.
I'll have to go.
They had, they wanted some mulch, and of course we had all of our excessive derecho mulch still. So yeah, we donated to them. And then I guess lastly, we've had a lot of graffiti. You'll also see in some of the photos too. Over the past month, about 2 or 3 different separate occasions where they kind of hit our new pedestrian trail down
Oh.
here, and then some of the main bike trail.
Like
Did it
right
come
on the.
off- Did it come off?
Yes, we had spent last city staff time, especially with this pedestrian bridge underpass. We opted for a graffiti coating
remember
essentially.
you guys talking about
Remember us
that.
talking
It
about
was
Smart.
It was some extra cost up front, but they did put it on there, and it really helped. They were able pretty much just to power wash it off, so that which was really
Worth
a
it.
good saving factor. Yeah.
What did you do for
Yep.
the poor bench that's in
Um,
there? Like
I'm trying
what?
to see the
Because you have
photo.
ones that are on the walls, and then on the ground, and then on the bench. and then also on the utility.
Yeah.
Like that's such a nice bench.
Yeah, that's one of our memorial benches actually
What?
on the main bike trail. Yep.
Did they just have
Yeah,
to
we
repaint
just
it?
we have some graffiti remover
Yeah.
kind of solvent stuff that you kind of spray on it, and then you do have to brush and stuff and kind of work at it, and then power wash and everything else
That's a
too.
huge
So
pain.
it did come clean, but yeah, it's a lot of work.
I mean, is there any
Yeah.
like not that you guys should be expected to do it, but in terms of like outreach about graffiti, like this is really not cool, guys.
Yeah, and and whenever we find stuff, we always let the police know, and the police actually did find some of the people that were responsible for one of the incidents or something through traffic cameras and some other things, I guess. But
I mean, I would just encourage folks. I mean, one of the other things that I do is I'm in a murals committee that commissions murals out in Cedar Rapids. But if you're interested in graffiti, maybe you would like to make a mural instead.
instead of
Yeah. So, I mean, there can be a nice outlet for this type of display, but like maybe it can be like you can get paid for it and it can be something that the city appreciates and values and preserves. But there's a great place for murals that have graffiti art dimensions. But maybe this is not the way to engage your artistic talents.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's unfortunate that we have to have that and spend staff time to do it.
Yeah.
I know
Well, and
it's
also you've spent so much money, and these are such nice recent installments. This isn't like degraded property that hasn't been looked after.
we like, encourage people to take care of the things that we have and
That we share. We all share it.
see something, say something. If you ever
Yeah,
have a chance
definitely.
to be able to intervene or let the police know, but we appreciate the staff. We know one of the things is to get it off quickly and get and it shows that we're not going to deal with that. We're going to deal with it, and it's not going to stick.
You're not
around.
going to get to keep
Stick
your
around.
tag.
Yeah.
Your tag is
Yeah,
gone.
your tag. Yep.
Other questions for Tim? Busy like always.
Yep.
I think
The dog park looks great.
Oh,
I don't
good.
know if you guys have done something, or did you guys put
We-
seed in? Or
We tried putting some more seed. We did fertilize also. It's still got a lot of that weedy stuff, but I guess it's green as of right now. It kind of outcompetes the grass in certain areas, but
As long as it's just
cover.
not mud.
yeah,
I mean, whatever just
at
holds
least
it together.
there's ground cover there. Yeah,
I know it's getting used a lot now.
yeah, it is.
it is. It's
I know
amazing.
one dog in particular who has quite enjoyed his time.
Anything else? Pretty thorough. We have good pictures.
Yeah, great pictures.
always
What's
good
what's
pictures.
I'm just curious what the schedule is on like mowing Centennial Park, for example. Is that changed throughout the summer, or is it we do it once a week? Is it like how is that like?
It's pretty much once a week. All of our parks are pretty much once a week. It gets mowed at least once a week.
Cool.
Sometimes here in the spring when it's really
Right,
growing,
really
we
thick.
have certain parks that like to just grow faster, so
Yep.
we'll have to hit them a second time. But Centennial in particular, we did fertilize that one, which we haven't done in a couple years
Mhm.
because it takes a lot of fertilizer
Yeah.
to hit all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
We used to only have to mow that maybe once every 2 weeks just
Mm-hmm.
because it didn't seem to grow very well. But otherwise once a week is
Okay.
normally what we
Cool.
do. Yep.
Just curious. Thanks.
Everything's nice and green, and
Yeah.
actually a little rain along the way could
Yeah.
be helpful about that.
Yep.
Anything else? Well, thanks, Tim.
Yep.
Appreciate that. Okay, we'll move right along to Shelley with the rec report.
All right. April is a big registration month, and that can be seen in that monthly report, revenue report for the month of April. As I note there, we took in about $116,000, and that was basically all our summer registrations, be it summer swim lessons, be it summer camp, all that. But April is the month that we start registration for all those summer programs. I think I already mentioned maybe last month, but I'll mention again. We had our extravaganza events on April 1st. That was the Bunny Clue Trail and inflatables that got moved inside because of the weather. We also added a petting zoo outside the Jardine Conference Center doors. And then we still had a great attendance of about 400 people coming through looking at the little garden fairy displays, and everybody seemed to have a good time, even though the weather didn't cooperate all that much. We also had the underwater egg hunt on Sunday, and we had about 136 participants for that event, 2 different time frames Ashley put on for that, and that continues to be popular. Rest of April is just planning for all our summer activities. Lots of meetings going on, summer lunch and fun meetings, Let Love Fly meetings that I've been attending. So just various ones as we progress into the summer activities. As you can see, database itself, we continue to have a lot of individuals either new or renew and take part. And we have 20,637 individuals in our database, which is I think a good percentage of 62% are residents, so that's good, but it also gives us that breakdown for non-residents use as well. So it's nice to have that information handy. I get that question quite a bit.
247 is a lot. It's a lot to add.
Yeah.
That's a lot of names. Huh.
You can see their swim lessons. Like I said, was a big month for that. We took in $33,000 for summer swim lessons coming up. Another big one is the before and after school for the summer camp program. A lot of that registration came through. We also had spring break week and a couple all days in there along with our monthly program. So that seems to be a big time of registration for those activities. Normal numbers for the rest of the activities listed in my report. I don't really know if anything really sticks out. If you guys had any questions, I am open to questions. It's just
Now the
normal.
concerts start, correct? This next.
Concerts start in June.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And that's at the Rancho House lawn.
I'm excited for the big rig.
Me too. This is 25th. Is that the 23rd?
Yeah, or something. I thought it was this Saturday.
It's
Is
a-
this
May
Saturday?
13th is
May
the
13th.
Remarkable Rigs.
Yeah,
So that's a week from
big fan. Yeah, big fan.
this Saturday.
Rigs.
10 a.m. Centennial Park. That's kind of listed on the upcoming events that I listed there.
Yeah.
Into May, we have more of the bike stuff. I can touch base on those if you'd like. The Spokes and Scoops is a community bike ride on May 17th, 6 p.m. starting here at this tunnel. And then using trail and bikeway, the new bikeways that have been designated to Penn Meadows Park, at which time we'll have some ice cream available for those that want to take part in the ceremony here, ribbon cutting, then to Penn Meadows Park for ice cream. Rec staff, Kendra is leading the way on the bike rodeo, along with some other partners within the community on May 18th, and that's at the community center parking lot. That's 6:30 at night. We have the playground crawl coming up May 20th at various parks. Outdoor pool opening, hopefully Memorial Day weekend. We're still trying to set that as our goal. Again, weather, young staff, and just as the age of the pool and as we're trying to fill it, if anything comes up, we always kind of leave it out there as hopefully we'll open Memorial Day weekend. If we do open, it would be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then the outdoor pool would be closed then once school got back in session until the Iowa City School District gets out June 7th, I think is the first full day off of school. So we would have some days in there of limited hours because of our younger staff these days and just not being able to open up because of staffing is a big issue until school's out. And high school graduations, college graduations, all that conflict usually happens right around that weekend. So we'll do our best. And then June 3rd, we do have the Let Love Fly event out at Centennial Park. That's the Mega Kites event. And a lot of those are the city slate events. So just a reminder, North Liberty, Iowa .org/city slate. So you can see all those events, about 40 events that we try and designate as free to the public.
Well, and those sponsors really, we should really thank each
Yeah,
one.
those
I was
events are
gonna say-
amazing. I just
They're
go through and
just
put them
amazing.
all
Yeah.
on my Outlook calendar, and
Yep.
yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it would not be a success without all our sponsors. I know our communications department does a great job in getting those sponsors, and have worked well in forming that relationship and getting those to help cover such great events. So appreciate that.
That's right. Nice nice events, family events, free events, things we encourage
Fantastic.
people. We just hope the crowds, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then leading up to Blues and Barbecue, which is the biggest.
Yep.
Probably.
Yep.
Okay.
Do either of you know anything about an update about the next stage? I guess as far as like fundraising is going.
From what I understand, it is going good. You kind of see some articles. I know they just received, I think, from the bank, $25,000. I know they're still pursuing a lot of the bigger businesses in town, and then they just started, and that's why I shared that pamphlet that they started just doing the community fundraising as well, businesses, residents, etc. So again, northlibertyiowa.org/next stage. You'll find a lot of that information and updates. Again, Jillian and Nick are leading the way on all the fundraising, actually going in, talking to the businesses and getting those great community partners to help. But from what I understand, it's going great, but it is a costly, the entire project.
Sure.
You can fill out your pledge right online.
Yes, you
Online,
can.
You can fill. You don't have to have a pledge card. You can do it right online.
And they also offered to come to our businesses and talk about it. So if you want something for your.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As I promised my coffee fossils, I'd give a shout out. We collected $600 the other day for.
Wow.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, I like the name, the
So-
coffee fossils.
So I told him I'd give him a shout out.
There you go.
Oh, good job.
Tomorrow we're voting on how we want our name on the donor card.
There you go.
Okay, other questions for Shelley? I think you kind of hit on it. How's staffing in general?
In general,
Staffing?
yep, Ashley feels confident. Again, it's just getting them out of school, out of their normal spring session classes, and then once summer is out then we're she says, pretty well staffed. We were a little bit short on swim lesson instructors, but I think they're slowly starting to come on board. And again, I think she uses that as the springboard for, well, I don't have any lifeguard positions right now, but if you help us out with swim lessons, that gets your foot in the door basically earlier than anybody else, coming off the streets or whatever early. If you can, again, start with swim lessons and work yourself up to lifeguards and pool managers is something that she's trying to really promote, again, because we are shorthanded at the swim lesson piece. So.
Sorry.
Ready to go for the summer. Any other questions for Shelley? Okay, well, you can see we've added our portion on here. I know we came up with the term community soundboard, new ideas. And a lot of this, as I've been out talking about the next stage, I was getting a lot of feedback, very positive about the next stage, but several of these items are things I was getting feedback on. So we talk about them, talk about what maybe anybody knows about any planning ideas that we may have. I don't know, Tim, whether you can give any update on the Fox Run Park.
Yeah, that it will be. It's gonna happen, I guess. They're gonna go out to bid in winter of this year, And then summer of 24 would be the construction. This is the Fox Run Pond Trail.
pond
and-
trail.
Yes.
Is
yep.
anything being done on the other side, the old Fox Run Park?
I don't believe so. Yeah. I don't believe so.
Because I don't know, if you remember, we had a group
Right.
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
here
Yeah, that was-
presenting
Yeah.
about playground equipment. And
Which
they
I think
were
the last it was getting estimates, right? Isn't that where we heard last in the
asked
committee?
wherever, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
What month
the
was
west side is
While ago.
what's in the
A while
works
ago.
right now.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
The
and that's,
actual
like, that's
side
the
that has
oldest
pond.
playground in the whole
Yep.
town.
Yeah.
that? That's understandable.
But I thought there was I thought they were getting bids for it and then they were going to come back with what?
Yeah, and as far as I
Nothing-
know, yeah, nothing, any more concrete, I guess. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Probably need some follow up on that
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, with the Fox Run information, at least get
Yeah.
that out factual that we
Yeah.
know that on the west side,
Mhm.
the trail, is that what it is? A walking trail?
Yep, there's a trail that
That will be-
connects and be around the pond essentially there. Yeah.
There's been a lot of discussion about Fox Run lately. And
Right.
Right.
And I
And
know
the-
there's some discussion about that development that was supposed to, so maybe that's what the,
and that was voted down at
Right.
the council. Yeah.
Wait,
So
can
there
you,
was-
that just happened.
Yeah.
wait,
just
what
that.
was, what happened? Sorry. So what happened at the council about Fox Run?
So,
The development of what's called the farm, the proposed development for the farm was not approved.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was just something in some initial stages. But then that brought about a lot of discussion or some comments to me about where was the park,
Oh,
Yeah.
and the park on that side. So we can go back to them. I don't know, communicate with the group that was here initially.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name.
Yeah. I'm sure we can look it up.
But some, kind of an update there.
so maybe we can reach out to the ambassadors because isn't there an ambassador from that?
That's true.
Area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know whether they were thinking of some contributions on their part to the park, like several areas of town contributed toward
right.
playground equipment or something. But
Yeah,
that
I
was-
think I would say we were waiting on them, so maybe it's just us to reach back out to them and
See what's
See
going
what's-
on, where they're at.
what's an update. Yeah, we can work on that.
Okay, the next thing, and again, that's another, a lot of people are saying they're all very great here, but then where's something for the teenagers? And of course, a skate park comes up. Now, somewhere in the back of my mind, that is in the long range city plan, a skate park.
I believe it is. Yeah.
That's a-
I think it's a long ways out, but yeah.
There's a really nice one down by Iowa City Park. I was getting,
Yeah, it's not that far away.
But maybe the ones that are asking don't have driver's license
I
or
know.
whatever.
Yeah.
I think this is where an opportunity that our youth council, we have a youth council now, mayor's youth council, that maybe they could be involved in a little bit with some ideas or future ideas. So that's a topic that comes up along with outdoor basketball courts. And the only one that is public is Quail Park has them
Quail and Fox
Fox Run.
Run
over at Fox.
neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the
Smaller.
Quail area says it's crummy.
Well, I mean,
Is it crummy?
It's
not-
on asphalt. It's older, I guess. It's not like it's on a concrete pad like Fox Run is. So, and I would say it's a little bit smaller than Fox Run's. Fox Run's is more like a full size court, essentially.
So this, I guess, when I guess we're opening up. We want the public to tell it, let us know what they'd like to see, and as long as we're developing, and I think the prospects in the future, quite a ways in the a north end, another park in the area as we think about things to go in that area. So, the other thing was. Some people said that we don't have enough random picnic tables just for people to stop and have impromptu picnics around at the parks. I don't know if you've heard
Okay.
that they say that the shelter houses are often used for like parties and groups, and then there's no
being
place if
rented
you
out.
just picked up sandwiches at Subway and wanted to sit at a picnic table, or even when we have events out at Centennial. that
Mhm.
we don't have picnic tables other than seating like at Blues and Barbecue. So
yeah.
that was something that
Mhm.
That's a legitimate.
I
Yeah.
heard. So I don't know whether
I will say
I was go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh,
Go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say what's the one around the lake that's over by Bluebird Cafe?
Liberty Center.
Liberty
Yeah, the Liberty
Center.
Center. I've used the picnic table over there, and that's nice. But I kind of think that sometimes the shelters, they get like a little birdie. So I mean, I kind of like just being out in the open air, but
wide
that's just
open.
me.
Yeah.
What were
I
you
think
gonna say?
are they hard to maintain?
I bet they are. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Well,
They
probably
just get kind of pooped.
just-
yeah, especially if you get wood ones.
Yeah,
Poly would be the way to go,
ones.
wouldn't it? And then
Yeah,
you don't have
and
to-
they're obviously a lot more expensive.
yeah, because
but
you're gonna buy them once.
yeah, yeah.
I was actually going to say about just general seating. Like even at Centennial, there's the few benches, but anytime it's busy, there are people that
There's people
would be
on
sitting
them.
if there were seats available, but
Yeah.
they're just not.
Yeah.
I know that obviously big plan stuff. There's stuff in there, but I'm sure there's other playgrounds too that having more benches, I think would probably be something a lot of people would like as well. Just as we're kind of throwing ideas out.
yeah, the benches, and I've said I'd ask. And I think some people were interested, to know if they wanted to pay to have like the memorial benches. And I think I was going to get
Yep.
that.
Yep.
That is a
Yeah,
possibility.
that is a possibility.
Although a couple of areas said they were promised benches and they've never gotten their benches.
Well, I know we have one at the shop right now that has to go out.
Is that,
Whoever it is has
think it
his
might be,
plaque and everything. So
there's a plaque
it's just,
one.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple of the parks there, that they, Freedom Park, guy knows,
Mm.
Freedom Parks.
Mhm.
If you're, and I've gone and toured, maybe, we should all go to all the
Field
parks.
trip.
I think,
Field trip.
After I was told about this, Freedom Park has a sidewalk that comes in from the east from the houses, just a
Mhm.
sidewalk.
Yeah.
That's not on the Jones Boulevard side,
Yeah.
but over there. And some people, they keep asking where their bench is that they.
Okay.
Is there a bench at Freedom Park? And now
No,
that I'm
they
sitting
were-
here thinking about it,
No,
there isn't.
they
Is there?
had said that at one time, it was said that, when they put the little sidewalk there, that there'd be a bench at the end of the
Yeah.
sidewalk. So, though, those are, when we say sounding board, we want to hear from people
Right.
what
Mhm.
they'd like. Not everything can happen. Not
Yep.
everything can happen. And another conversation, people were willing, if we could put a bench on probably the other side of they would, talking that they would pay for a bench on the west side of Freedom Park, and because then the walkers on the Jones Trail would have a place to stop
and rest.
Yeah.
whatever. So I think that's something maybe guys were working on a cost. But-
Yeah. Yeah.
So last month we had, and Shelley put out the list of what we could
Mhm.
do
Yeah.
as board,
It's great.
members, and that's just what I've found in talking to people. I mean, a lot of small groups, a lot of people, then they bring up things that they want. So I don't know. Anybody else have anything to?
The only thing I got was from the dog park, because those are my people. And I got good response from the dogs, but some of their owners said that they would like, if they have like a visitor, like a 1-day pass or something, and I don't think that's been implemented yet, but that came up, like for a weekend pass or, you know what I mean, that type
Yeah.
of deal.
Yeah.
So,
The only thing I have that makes that difficult is because of the code combo things, is that we have to go change a code for a one time. It's a mechanical code, so it has to be set. I mean, you have to
Oh.
take it apart to set it.
Mm.
And so
Oh, my
just to
gosh.
make it a 1-day pass thing.
I liked it when it was on the sign.
Yeah. Yeah.
The old code was 2018. I loved it. It was like right there on the sign. I
Yeah.
can't mess this up.
Yeah.
There we go.
And they are doing another free weekend.
I saw
thing.
that.
Oh,
I thought
good.
that was
Right.
nice.
May-
So you can try before you buy.
I want to say
Yeah.
it's May 18th. It's like a Thursday through like a Monday or something. So they are doing that.
And then the water, which I already brought up, but that came
Yeah.
up again. It'd be nice if there was a water. But
Yeah.
somebody took the group that was there. They've been filling up jugs and putting them there so that there's always water for the dogs.
Oh, that's so
So,
nice.
isn't that nice? I don't know
That's
who's doing
really
it, but
sweet.
whoever the nice person is out there doing it, it's
Good
really
job,
great.
guys.
So is it a case of like you would just need a different lock, like an electronic lock that to where you? I mean, the problem is a temporary code. You can't make a temporary code.
Yeah, no,
So,
yeah,
If there was a different lock, you could do that. But then,
yeah.
what's that cost? How sophisticated?
Uh-huh.
Probably a
Yeah,
lot.
yes,
Extra
sure is. You
code
give
and
them
then-
a code, then that 1 day pass.
Well,
is
right.
like,
Then
yeah.
everyone would just buy the
yeah.
1 day pass, and then you
Yeah.
just have the
And
code.
then you have the
Do you know,
code.
we were having a discussion up there. I mean, most of the people there are fine with paying the, I
Hmm.
mean, this is what I sort of the group.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think people are, they think it's very fair.
Yeah, because you get the maintenance and it's so useful and nice. I feel like the main thing that's not the feedback I've heard about the dog park, which is nothing we can control, is that it's Iowa, and then there's a big chunk of the year where it's really not as comfortable to be out there. But
Yeah.
that is the state.
That
that
is Mother Nature.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it,
And
But
it does, the wind comes up off of that field.
like,
and
yeah,
it's
it,
like-
it can
Yeah.
shoot in.
it's like, I swear,
break,
it's
yeah.
20 degrees warmer at my house than it is up on that field. I don't know why.
It does feel
It's-
very cold, but again,
It's awesome.
Well, the one thing I think these discussions can bring about is exactly what Tim talked about, your
Yeah.
1 day pass,
this
that's
is the
not-
reason why it can't happen.
Yeah, this, we can explain things
Yep.
and some things are for us to disperse rumors, about
Right,
like,
right.
about parks. No, the farm is not the property that's talked about for the North End Park.
No.
you know?
Oh, I heard that too, but I said, no, that's something totally different.
Right, something completely different. That's we've talked about that before. There is an acreage that's being looked at by the city to purchase for a North End Park, and that's in legal proceedings and
Yep.
and everything. And we probably happen down the road, but we'll stay abreast of that when that does happen. And that will be an opportunity for a lot of planning and a lot of input from the
Mhm.
community as to what goes into that area. And probably I don't know, we ever done like, I don't know what you'd call it, like a needs assessment, I think that's kind of the thinking of the North End Park. There's a need for more fields or different things, but I guess probably encourage everybody to go to the park crawl that day and go around to the park.
Oh,
and
that's
see what
so
the
fun.
Kids are
Excited.
doing. Kids have a great time, and that's a good chance to see how what our parks are, and they're being.
And you can do it without the event too. You can just go on a park
Yep.
crawl all on your own.
Yeah.
Just saying, it's a great way to spend a Saturday.
And remember, it's bike month, so get on those bikes too. And
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Tag team.
I will say though, we are very fortunate here. I know
It
it's
is.
a lot of people behind the scenes are taking care of things, but I have grandkids and a dog, and we use the parks and we love it.
Encourage.
We're lucky. Not all cities have this. We're very lucky.
Right. I mean, we're very fortunate.
And encourage people to use what we have and to look forward to the great things that we're going to have, and to see again, what amenities, are people wanting to see, and some things can maybe be taken care of easily, something done about something, and maybe, then we're explained as to why not. So appreciate all the input out there, and any of us, and you can look up online if you forget who's on the commission and find all of
Track
us.
us
And
down.
not everybody has the time I do to be out there.
You're like, "That's fine."
But is listening, we have great staff that responds, and so that's we'll just keep moving forward and encourage everybody to enjoy life in North Liberty.
I'm gonna add one more thing to the soundboard because I'd be amiss if I didn't, and that's long range, but a potential ice facility for curling.
Oh, you're
Because
the
Yeah.
we had I know Cedar Rapids Curling at one point did a presentation to this committee. It's been a while ago, and there's plans that are already developed, and so it's a matter of certain amount of funding and certain amount of space, but it can be multi-purpose. It's not just exclusive. So I'm putting it on the list. Okay, said it. The wish
Like an
list.
indoor facility? or-
Indoor facility,
Indoor
correct.
facility.
But then you could use that as when you're out of season for a multi-purpose
Right.
type space. But it's especially when we get to the Olympic push, it's very popular, and we have clubs all over the Midwest that travel, and it'd be good tourism too. So just put it on the radar.
That's, yeah, good to think about. It's always to be forward thinking and the variety. I mean, we've got 23,000 people and more variety of activities that we can have. And North Liberty is becoming a destination for several things. So. We welcome visitors. Yes, I think I keep hearing from my Coralville friends, how do I get to that new tunnel on the bike trail? I explain, but yeah. Okay.
Where does Ragbri come through? Does it come through North Liberty at all? It doesn't? Okay.
This year.
Going to go the Oxford route. Over
Okay.
and
I didn't know if they were coming down.
That's a lot to handle.
Yeah. Someday again, probably.
I mean, I just quickly, is that something that the different cities, do you kind of bid to have the Ragbri come through your town, or say like, no thanks, we can't handle it? Or is it just like the Ragbri just, it's going where it's going? And you
It's
just
a combination.
Combination.
I've been on
Combination.
committee. Yeah, it's a combination.
Okay.
There are some towns that bid
try
for
to
it,
get
and
to-
some
yeah.
towns will say, no, we don't want you to come through our town.
Because I know it can swamp those little towns.
This year being the 50th, they're really planning kind of a special route to be close to the original
Okay.
route. Yeah.
Huh,
But
I didn't realize that.
at some point it came through here, 2008? That was shortly
Yeah.
after we moved here when North Liberty. Now would be much better suited to handle it than
We were an overnight stay for it.
overnight stay. Yeah.
Oh,
And
where
would
did they
be-
camp?
All over.
Wherever they can find.
Backyards and anywhere.
It's just like
Yards,
open up the
all
entire.
of our parks. Penn Meadows was a
I had a
big
camper in my
park
front
that was
yard.
full of tents. Where Liberty Center and Bluebird, all that sits, that was all big open fields, so that held campers. That
Wow.
was full of campers.
My house.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
And they were
Friends,
parked along side streets. Everything.
Did you just
yep.
like mark like which houses were open for people camping at the house,
No,
or is
you
it just
sign
sort of
up.
like they just
sign
kind of
Sign
You
up.
sign
Sign
up.
up,
Oh.
Yeah.
wasn't just like a
You could sign up and friends.
put
I
a
lived in
ribbon on your
Clinton,
house?
Iowa for 30 years, and so it was ended quite often on that run, and I've ridden in 22 Ragbris.
Wow.
Are you riding in this year's?
Part of it,
Okay. Yeah.
what I can do around here, but yeah, and been on some groups, committees, and it's quite a thing. Ragbri is a phenomenon for Iowa. There's nothing
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
amazing.
Nothing like it. And the hope would be that someday North Liberty could host again, and kind of shows off your community and showcases your community.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when we get next stage taken care of, it would be
Mhm.
wonderful to do it.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
Do it
That would be
then.
great, wouldn't
Anything else for the good of the cause tonight?
Just thinking about next stage, I'm assuming, I don't know this, but I'm assuming that at every event at Centennial, they're going to have a booth and a tent set up for, I'm assuming, it'd be something that maybe, I don't know how we get that information out, but encourage people to stop by, look at,
Donate their change.
donate, like what, engage, that kind of thing. So
I'm guessing that Julian and
Jillian and Nick are doing a lot of that. They're also working with ambassadors. I just attended a meeting last night with the ambassadors, and again, trying to get the word out, trying to get all the information, websites, where to go to look for it. And like I said, they're handling the bigger stuff. Now we're going to the community side of things and resident side of things. And so,
Right.
you'll see that more and more all over the place.
We would encourage residents to check it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was sitting somewhere the other day, and somebody sit down. I kind of knew them. They said, "What's this all about?"
Yeah.
So I was able to tell them what this was all about.
Let me grab my handy brochure I carry with me. It'll be everywhere.
So there are still people who haven't heard, but we still keep the word out there. All right.
And again, the more fundraising we do, the better we can maybe get more of the pieces
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
more at a
That'd be
time
great.
versus
Right.
Well,
extending
like they
the
said,
length.
that's cheaper
So-
actually to do it all at once.
For
Which I
sure.
thought that was really insightful.
So again, yeah.
Because you're not having to dig it up and.
And then yeah, it's just less disruptive, but also not the inflation. And yeah.
Yep.
More that can be done. Nothing else to come before the commission? Do I hear a motion?
I move to conclude.
Well, second.
Got a motion and second. Any objection to adjournment? Meeting adjourned.
All right.
So it's just a rebel in me, but I always want to, well,
Yeah, and now like
I
the
lost
end,
my
I just
paper
thought of
agenda.
something
I
that
had-
was